Hey all, hey y'all, hey all, hey y'all. Welcome to this episode, welcome to this installment, welcome to this Kingdom Things Podcast Meetup. Welcome to this Kingdom Things Podcast Meetup. I am a channel for the divine, the host of Kingdom Things Podcast, Ashley Nicole Phillips. I, again, channel messages from all of infinite creation. I used to say celestial and galactic realms. That was before I activated further into my knowing. I further activated further into my truth. I further was upgraded, initiated to channeling all of infinite creation. And my understanding, what I'm being guided to understand, is that instead of just saying galactic and celestial realms, saying infinite creation opens our minds up to understand that there's more than the celestial and galactic realms. We like to call it the ethers, so just like the space of what is. There are realms, spaces, and places that are not called realms, spaces, and places. They are states of beingness that we have no conscious awareness of, that we have no precepts to understand the concepts of these different states of being. So instead of just saying celestial and galactic realms, there's more than that. We like to call it the ethers. I'm being guided to call it all of infinite creation. So we have a more expanded view, and we don't box our minds into a strict linear definition of what is, the space of what is. So my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I'm a channel for the divine, the Most High Creator, God, Goddess, Source, Essential Sun, Prime Source, whatever you like to call the force, the power, the energy behind creation. That's who pointed me into this purpose in this lifetime. So I am a channel for all of infinite creation. I'm a channel for the divine. I channel benevolent energies and spirits. I will be, alert, before coming onto this video, I was informed that I will be the primary channel for Jesus. I will be the primary channel for Jesus. Not to say that other people won't be channeling Jesus, but the information that Jesus is going to channel through me is going to be specific and different. And the reason why it's going to be specific and different is because of the extensiveness of my Akashic record. I will be the primary channel for Jesus. Primary channel being because I will channel information that is different and extensive because of my extensive Akashic record. I'm hearing this for the first time. I'm channeling right now, so awesome. So I will be channeling Jesus because of my extensive Akashic record. And Jesus also has an extensive Akashic, had and has an extensive Akashic record. Jesus is Pleiadian royalty. So Jesus wants humanity to understand that Jesus, the box that Jesus's message was placed into, the way Jesus's message was manipulated in order to fit certain narratives to control the human population. That wasn't Jesus's intention at all. That was not Jesus's intention at all to assist with the encapsulation of the human being into a box, into a certain narrative. Jesus's message was one of freedom, one of liberation, one of a widening consciousness, one of an expanded humanity, not a humanity of being encapsulated in a certain narrative, in a certain way of being, thinking, and perceiving reality. So Jesus is Pleiadian royalty. So Jesus, Jesus is with the star talk. Jesus is with the star talk. Jesus is with the star talk. Period. So Jesus, the way Jesus' message was manipulated in order to encapsulate humanity into a certain narrative, in order to control humanity, although Jesus knows that this encapsulation and this control was a necessary function and a necessary part of humanity's history in order to prime humanity for who humanity was created to be by the Most High Creator. Jesus wants to make it very clear when Jesus was here that what the way Jesus' message has been manipulated is not what Jesus taught when Jesus was incarnated in this realm. The way Jesus' message has been manipulated and controlled to fit a particular narrative, to fit specific narratives, is not the way Jesus taught. It's not what Jesus taught when Jesus was incarnated in this realm. So Jesus wanted to make that clear. So we are going to be channeling Jesus Jesus' energy already been coming through. Jesus already been putting in his 2 cents. But we're going to be channeling Jesus today, the big bro. We're going to be channeling the big bro today here on Kingdom Things Meetup. And again, Kingdom Things Podcast is a community for infinite creation, a community for all of infinite creation. It's a community for humanity, to assist humanity with expanding outside of the controlled narrative, with expanded outside of the encapsulated narrative, the manipulative narrative. But it's also a place for all of infinite creation to join, to heal, to love, to have compassion, and to learn. So we're going to channel Jesus. I'm going to go ahead and sit back and close my eyes, and feel free to close your eyes. Whatever energies or messages that come through resonate with your heart. You're more than free to align with the messages and energy. You're more than free to utilize the messages and energies in your life and your experience for your own personal growth expansion. All right, here we go. Duly noted. Duly noted. I indeed taught a much different message than what humanity has been perpetuating over millennia. But you must understand that I understand that this perpetuation was a perpetuation in which needed to take place, in which needed to manifest in this reality in order for humanity to begin to understand and hone and know and love the truth of humanity. In order to experience the goodness, in order to experience the unconditional love that is God, you have to know and experience up close and personal what is not. What humanity has created is a manipulation of God's truth, is an aversion of God's truth, is a false representation of God's truth. Illusions. Humanity has created and perpetuated illusions. Humanity, you dwell within a vast and expansive creation of the Most High Creator. You know the God in which I spoke about when I was incarnated on the earth realm as Jesus Christ. The God that I spoke about when I was incarnated on the earth realm as Jesus Christ was a God in which was palatable for the human being. We'll call it the local God. The God in which I spoke about, the God in which I preached about, the God in which I taught about when I was incarnated as Jesus Christ on the earth realm, we'll call that God the local God. I want to introduce you to, I want to teach you about, I want to assist you in expanding into the knowing, into the knowledge, into the love, the unconditional love of universal God. The all-knowing, all-seeing, omnipotent God of the Most High Creator. This God is a God that not only takes part in the creation of all of the great things that happen in your life, you perceive to be great things that happen in your life, all of the things that evoke, elicit, and manifest high vibrational experiences in your life. But this universal God is also the orchestrator, the manifester, the creator of all of the low vibrational things in your life. This is something that The human being, when I was incarnated as Jesus Christ, would not have been able to wrap their minds around, would not have been able to digest in any way. Just as the corn is not digestible to the human being, as the corn has been genetically modified, the human being has been living in inversion, so the human being would view this universal God as something that is false, genetically modified, when in all reality, the only modification is that of the state of the human being, is that of the nature of the human being. The way the human being has been living, the way the human being has been dwelling, the way the human being's mind has been manipulated and crafted and shaped to fit a certain narrative has been an unnatural narrative. The narrative in which you have been dwelling within what you understand to be reality, what you understand to be truth, is an unnatural truth, is an unnatural reality. Welcome to the universe. Welcome to the universe. The universal God is the controller of all that is. The universal God is the crafter, the maker of all that is. All of the experiences in your life are that of the creation of the universal God. And you must understand, dear human being, that you are not separate from this universal God. Again, you have been living in a genetically modified operation. This genetically modified operation tells you that you are separate from each other, tells you that you are separate from this planet, tells you that you are separate from the solar system, tells you that you are separate from this universe, tells you that you are separate from God. This ideology is unnatural, as you, dear human being, are one with the planet, are one with humanity, are one with your solar system, are one with the universe, are one with your galaxy. Rather, you are one with the galaxy, at one with the universe, and so on and so forth, until you reach the omnipresent, omnipotent power, energy of the Most High Creator, the Most High God, the universal God. Again, this God is not separate from yourselves. Everything that you experience in your life is a manifestation of your own doing, whether this manifestation is a contracted experience on a soul level that you contracted to experience before you incarnated as your current human being, or this manifestation is a manifestation of your ego thoughts, your ego personality, or whether this manifestation is the indoctrination of your society, of your ancestral lineage. Look around you at this very moment and take in that everything you are viewing is only a projection of elements and facets and aspects of self. It is easy and okay for us to accept this ideology that everything that we experience in our lives is of our own doing, is of the doing of some certain aspect of self, when everything that we're experiencing is what we call a pleasant experience, is what we deem a pleasant experience. But as soon as things start to go awry in our own perspectives, as soon as things start to go awry, as soon as things we term to be bad, we want to place blame on aspects, elements, and powers outside of ourselves. And this, dear human being, is how you give your power away. This is how you keep yourself disempowered. Dear human being, this is how you keep yourself disempowered, by giving your power away. You must understand that every aspect and element and experience of your life is an projection of an aspect or an element of self. Every aspect, element, experience of your life is an aspect or element of yourself. Every aspect, element, experience of your life is an aspect, element of yourself, is a projection of an aspect or an element of yourself. Everything. Everything. And now that you know that you are one with humanity, you are one with planet Earth, you are one with your solar system, you are one with your galaxy, you are one with your universe. Everything that happens within yourself, everything that happens within humanity, everything that happens on this planet, everything that happens in the solar system, everything that happens in this galaxy, everything that happens in this universe is a part of your doing. It's a part of your responsibility. It is a mirror to elements of who you are. Everything that takes place is a mirrored aspect of who you are. It is trying to mirror to you aspects in which you are. It is easy for us to accept this ideology when we are experiencing what we term to be great things, high vibrational things, easy experiences in our lives. But as soon as things get hard, as soon as things get tough, as soon as things get painful, we want to project our experience, we want to project our energy and place our energy and place blame on other elements and aspects outside of self, in which nothing is ever outside of self. So all you're doing is giving your power away for someone else to shape the narrative. And this is how humanity became jailed in the genetically modified reality and the genetically modified experiences. This is how humanity gave their power away to the powers that were, the forces that were, these powers that were, these forces that were, that you termed evil, that you termed malevolent, these powers that were, that you termed to be evil, these powers that were, that you termed to be malevolent, were indeed evil, were indeed malevolent. But dear humanity, they were only a mirror aspect of who you are. And I know you want to project and cast away that aspect and element of yourself, the malevolent nature of yourself, the evil nature of yourself. But you must understand that in this universe, you live in a universe of duality with dual aspects, with a spectrum of many elements, dimensions, spaces, emotions, and feelings to feel and experience. You are not only good. You are not only good. I know you were trained to believe, you were indoctrinated to believe that good is the only thing worthy of love, that good is the only thing worthy of goodness. But you must understand that when you project the evil and malevolent energies onto the evil and malevolent powers that were, that controlled this dimension, as they were in fact evil and malevolent, you give your power away to balance your own energetic energies in order to create a reality of your satisfaction, in order to create a reality of balance. Once you hone, understand, and acknowledge that you are not only good, but you are also evil, that you are not only high vibrational, but you also contain and are lower vibrational elements and energies, you give yourself the power to wield your own power to balance these elements within yourself, to not only create a reality for yourself that is balanced and that is unconditional love, as unconditional love is the acceptance and the acknowledgement of all aspects of self. With you no longer projecting the energies, emotions, the aspects that you do not deem worthy onto aspects outside of yourself, you give yourself the power to take your power back, to balance these elements and aspects within yourself, to acknowledge these aspects and elements within yourself, to love yourself irregardless of what you view within yourself. You create an unconditional love. You give yourself the power back. You wield your own power to not only create your own balanced reality, a reality of your satisfaction, a reality of your wildest dreams, a reality of what you deem to be miraculous, but you give way to shape a new humanity that is balanced, that creates miracles, that projects energies that are not only uplifting for all of creation, but that provide sustenance for creation. It has been a long time coming, humanity. It has been a long time coming, humanity, yet we are right on time. Yet we are right on time. I want to leave you with this one message for you to allow to marinate in your beingness, for you to allow to saturate your beingness, for you to allow yourself to wrap your mind around this expanded concept. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You are the valley of the shadow of death. You are the valley of the shadow of death. As you, humanity, have been living in an illusionary reality that was set up and manipulated to seem as though it was separate from all of creation, as if it was separate from God, as if it was disconnected from God's source. And that disconnection from God's source is what we term in the universe to be evil. Evil is not something to be ostracized, but evil is something to be understood, that evil is not only to learn and grow in and of itself in order to come back into oneness with its true creator, the prime source, in order to come back into connection with God. But evil is only a mirror of elements and aspects of self, for self to understand self, to grow closer to God within self. As we are all one, and we all only mirror aspects and elements of each other. Mirroring aspects and elements of each other in order to learn and grow together, to learn and grow closer to the universal God, to learn and grow closer to prime source, to learn and grow closer to the Most High Creator, to learn and grow closer to God, Goddess. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You are the shadow of death. Evil is your mirror. Learn from it. Learn from it. Don't shy away from it. Learn from it. As you face the evil and understand that you are the valley of the shadow of death, you can choose to rise, choose to understand why you chose to be who you were in this moment in the past, and choose to climb to greater versions of yourself, choose to vibrate into greater, higher vibrational resonances of self, higher vibrational frequencies of self. And dear soul, this is what you incarnated into the earth experience to do. I am grateful and happy that I'm able to exert my presence in this moment in humanity to assist humanity with the upliftment, to grow and learn with humanity as well. This is a time in the history of the space of what is that has never happened. So this is a learning and growing experience for myself as well. And I'm grateful. Thank you, Ashley. I am only a thought of the intent to love away humanity. You don't have to wait for Ashley's channels. You don't have to wait for any other person's channel that channels my energy. I am only a thought of the intent to love away for you. For you. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. This process is a process that we are all going through together. Ashley back. This process is a process that we are all going and growing through together. This process is a process that we're all growing and going through together. We all are in different phases. We all might be in different phases of our journeys, but nonetheless, our individual journeys make up the whole of the journey of humanity. As every person has to play their position, every person has to be where they are when they are in order for the whole journey to operate as the whole journey. No individual is greater than another. No individual is greater than another. Everyone just has their own purposes to purpose. Everyone is always where they're supposed to be, and everyone is always who they are supposed to be. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things podcast meetup. Again, any energies that align with you, Jesus is channeling through not only to give the message, to not only teach. Jesus is coming through the channel, the big bro is not only coming through the channel to teach words that he wasn't able to teach this when he was incarnated as Jesus Christ. He wasn't able to teach these things when he was incarnated as Jesus Christ because he was instructed and he knew that the human being wasn't ready. The human being wasn't receptive. The human being wasn't open for these teachings that he's teaching through me when he was incarnated as Jesus Christ. So Jesus is excited. Jesus is excited. Jesus is invigorated. Again, he's channeling through me to not only teach the things that humanity was not ready for when he was incarnated as Jesus Christ, but he's also channeling through myself and other channelers in order to disseminate, in order to emanate the energy that he is, the energy of Jesus Christ, to provide healing per your allowance. So again, any energies or messages that you align to, any energies or messages that resonate in your heart, feel free. You are more than welcome to utilize these energies and these messages along your own path, along your own journey. As your own path, your own journey is not separate from all of the one. It is synonymous with all of creation. Your individual journey, your individual life is synonymous with all of creation. Don't you ever, I'm talking to myself too. I'm talking to myself too. I'm channeling to myself too. Don't you ever let anyone downplay you. Don't you ever let anybody downplay you. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you are. You know the power that you are. You feel the love in your heart that you are. Don't you ever let nobody downplay you. Those people don't deserve your energy. Yes, they're a mirror of who you are. They're mirroring elements of yourself that you can learn from. You can learn what parts of yourself that you're ignoring. You can learn what parts of yourself that need more love. At the same time, you don't have to be their punching bag. You don't have to be their punching bag. Learn what they came to teach you and keep it moving. And if they're meant to stay in your life, they will begin to resonate where your higher vibrational self is, that loves that part of the self. If they're meant to stay in your life, they will raise to the vibration of which you are going to raise to when you learn from the aspect that person came to teach you, and you love on the part of yourself that mirrors the aspects of them. You're going to raise your vibration. If they're meant to stay in your life, they're going to raise their vibration too. They're going to see how you change. They're going to feel how you change, and they're going to change too. Give that person space to change. Don't be resentful. Again, every creation in your life is only a reflection of who you are. When we elevate, and we forgive, in order to elevate, we have to forgive our past creation, and our past creation includes the people that were in that past creation. So we forgive ourselves. I learned from everything that this was. Okay, you showed me that I wasn't really loving on myself like you should. You showed me that I got some parts of myself that I don't like. I got jealousy. I got hatefulness. I got some evil ways. I got some ways inside of here that I don't like, but I see it. I understand that it's a part of me. And now that I understand it's a part of me, I can balance it with the other facets of myself. I can love on myself. And look, I'm raising my vibration. I'm not at a new phase of my life where I wake up happy. I wake up happy because I'm not ignoring facets of myself that were kicking and screaming, causing depression because they were waiting to be acknowledged. I wake up happy because I'm no longer depressed. I don't wake up depressed because my depression came from elements of myself that were kicking and screaming to be acknowledged that I would not acknowledge because I deemed them, I was taught to believe those parts of myself were unworthy. As you raise your vibrations and you begin to wake up happy and you begin to learn how to quickly balance yourself and raise up out of the depression, when you do feel sadness, when you do feel hurt, you do feel pain, you remember those tools to balance yourself and come back into centeredness, to drop back into your heart and know that you are loved. Forgive those past creations, to allow those past creations, people, places, and things to break out of the jail of the manipulated vibrations, manipulated thought patterns in which you once dwelled in. Forgiving your past creation gives the space for those past creations, those people in those creations, those places in those creations to break out of the jail of the modified reality, to expand into a happier, higher vibrational state of being, just as you did. We have to forgive. We have to forgive. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I am the channel for the divine, the channel for all of infinite creation. I am also an author. I wrote the story of Asia, which is about a teenage girl who grows up inside of the New York City foster care system. Just like yourself and I, she is waking up to her own truth, and she's taken down this whole journey, which turns into Coming Home, the story of Asia, and then the part 2, the story of Asia, I'm Home, which turns into the book, My Other Half. The link to read these readings are going to be in the description of the posting of this Kingdom Things podcast meetup. The writings are free to, my literature is free to read at this time. It is free to read at this time. All you have to do is click the link and then select which book you want to read first. Again, it's Coming Home, the story of Asia, the story of Asia, I'm Home, and then My Other Half. You might want to read it in that order. Coming Home, the story of Asia, the story of Asia, I'm Home, My Other Half. It's on Wattpad. It's on Wattpad. So you're able to register an account on Wattpad and not only read my reading for free, but there are a million other authors that post their readings on there for free that you can read, which is super cool. You can also sign up for a premium membership, and they're not paying for me for this, but you can sign up for a premium membership, but again, you can do it for free to read my readings. And then I also write and sing. Which is something God brought back into my life, which I'm so happy. I'm so happy on this journey of awakening to who you see right now on this video. In this journey of awakening to who you see on this video, I had to get naked. I had to drop, and I'm still doing this. I'm still getting naked. I'm still shedding all of the things I thought I was. But one of the things I had to drop that I thought was a part of me was music. I sing and write music, which is in my heart, and God told me, God let me know, anything that is in your heart, trust, I'm gonna bring it back to you when it's time for it to come back around to you. So I sing and I write music. You can also find my music in a link in the description in the posting of this video. I'm the host of Kingdom Things Podcast. Where I amalgamate the messages that I channel from all of infinite creation, and I publish these channeled messages inside of Kingdom Things Podcast. You can listen to Kingdom Things Podcast, the Wendy Williams hands. You can listen to Kingdom Things Podcast here on YouTube. Subscribe if anything resonates with you, to join the Kingdom Things Podcast community. Again, we're creating a community where we can journey on our separate journeys and come and commune together and understand that we're not doing this alone, that we really are one, and that we really experience a lot of the same things, just at different times, different spaces in our journey. And then open up to new learnings that resonate with our heart. If it doesn't, that's okay, you can leave it. And then Kingdom Things Podcast is also over on Spotify, which is in the link. If you're, a Spotify user, you can also listen to Kingdom Things Podcast on Spotify. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things Podcast meetup. I'm super excited. I'm excited to listen back to the video, to listen back to the channel, see what Jesus was teaching. I got bits and pieces. I got like the essence of it, but I want to go back and listen and really indulge in the energy and just be and just listen So I'm excited to watch this back. And I'm excited that you're on this journey with me. So thank you for being a part of Infinite Creation. Thank you for being a part of Infinite Creation. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're raising the vibration of humanity, of the world, of all of Infinite Creation. It's an excited time. It's an exciting time. Unwritten times in human history. Unwritten times in all of Infinite Creation. We're waking up. We're waking up. I'm with you. I'm waking up. We are going to be different. We are going to become different. We have to allow ourselves to become different. We have to allow ourselves to become different. And I channeled yesterday. It's going to be in a podcast installment whenever it's published down the road, because I'm stacked up. I got a few installments, a few episodes, a lot actually. I got a lot that hasn't been published, but I'm going to publish the installments whenever I'm guided to, because whenever I'm guided to, that's when it's needed in all of Infinite Creation. So that's when I will publish. But I channeled yesterday. The message that I channeled yesterday is whenever we're guided to let something go, whenever we're guided to detach from something, that's only so that God, all of the universal forces, all of Infinite Creation can assist with ushering in something that will replace what we're guided to let go of, and replace it in a way that not only does it satisfy the use of that other thing, like why we like that other thing, the intention of the other thing, it's going to replace it with a more satisfying intention. And it's going to be something better, more higher vibrational, something higher vibrational. So we have to allow ourselves to detach from everything in our lives, people, places, spaces, things. We have to allow ourselves to concepts, people, places, spaces, things, concepts. We have to allow ourselves to detach from people, places, things, concepts, everything in our lives, everything we thought we were. We have to allow ourselves to detach from that in order to allow ourselves to rise and become different and become greater versions of self. And that's how Infinite Creation works. We exist to grow, learn, and expand. We exist to become greater versions of self. But how it worked before is we were programmed to attach to things. And when you're attached to things, you become stagnant. You become anchored to who and where you are. So we're detaching from everything in order to become greater versions of ourselves. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things meetup, this Kingdom Things powwow. Thank you so much for joining me. All of you humans that are tapping in on the socials, and then all of Infinite Creations that are tapping in from your realm, spaces, places. Thanks so much for joining. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, Channel for the Divine, spiritual healer, spiritual practitioner, spiritual creative. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because it activates the God or goddess within. Self-love is the best love because it helps you expand your consciousness. Self-love is the best love because it carries you down the river of personal expansion into all of creation. Bye.
That I believe in me.